Switzerland. Here we are.
It's over half a century.
Yeah.
Are you Villa?
I'm Villa. Stephen Joyce.
Stephen Joyce. Right? Did you know since my backyard?
So all these rich people participate in what it would be like to be poor. Josh Randall, Steve McQueen.
Okay.
That is
Chateau de Glienne.
Right, yeah. Cool.
There are the dairy cows where you get the
I really am. This girl is so naughty. He was vertically integrated from the whole thing, from
What's that thing?
Well, I need to drive
The Exeter. Cows.
That's some big cows.
Bells.
There you go.
They guarantee the next race is correct.
Vas-y, y a personne qui
Let's see it. Model
Look at
it.
that. See, the dresser's there.
That's a nice shirt.
That's amazing.
That's cool, right?
Way cool. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Okay.
We'll be the best dressed people there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is exciting.
Stuart, come on in. Good to see you.
Said he was going to stop drinking this.
I'm about to just let sweet this week. He died.
need you to eat it. This is a video.
And I said, can you tell me what that means? And he said, you live the gospel.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, what better compliment a mentor offer his students?
Since we've begun, thank you.
And if there's anyone who you know you'd like to say a word or two about, I don't want to make this too long, so let's not have. So I decided to cut it down to about an hour and a quarter. I really do think it's important to take a minute to remember those who have gone before us, and I've got a list which was put together from everything that you guys sent me.
Eric acted as a mentor. He was one of those people that if you had a concern, you had a question, he was just there. He was very, very much, particularly those of us who were in high school at that time, we weren't the most stable people.
It was still his dancing, remember, the dancing steps are very French.
Trials like combat. Mark Corbett versus Joel Clapper. And they went out and just allowed this. And there was a ring of students standing around with these guys with bare knuckles. Fought it out. Oh, and we had a room next to mine. He was beaten, and he had a black eye, and he was just
And he said, you know, I never felt so good in my life. Haldor with his daughter, Gabriella, and I called his wife and I said, we are going to remember Rick here in Fribourg.
Here we are. Very happy to
And Rick must have liked my brother because Rick was a cool guy, super cool guy, good athlete, good student on the student council. And he put his arm around me in a figurative way, and I just felt like, this is a cool guy. He's a class above me. He's got my back. So anyway, I love the man, if I can say that.
Great.
But he was so moved by seeing everybody. You know, you see on his face. You can see it. Yeah. But anyway, missed.
I remember that. I remember sitting there. Smartest guy I ever knew, except for maybe Mark Hanlon. Hanlon.
Oh,
Yeah. So he came to Ames and he said, do you want to go to Denver with me? And I said, well, I'm in middle classes, but what the hell, sure, I'm going to flunk out anyway. And so we hitchhiked to Denver and I spent a weekend with him and I hadn't seen him again.
he got into Georgetown and Holy Cross, and his parents said, you're not going to Georgetown because Felipe is there.
And Felipe Echeverria was in school at Notre Dame.
Wow.
He was the only person allowed to come on a motorcycle. Because he was a day student, we were boarded. And he had this little motorcycle, and we were so envious of him.
She said, well, he wanted some coffee. Okay, that's great. What's the problem? He said, there's underwear, Brian. And I said, he likes you, and
First person I met was Raphael. He owned the bottom bunk. I had to get the top. It didn't work that way. I had 4 brothers and 4 sisters. I always had the bottom. So I had the top bunk, and that was that.
William Stevens, Steve Boom.
Steve Boom was my roommate, and he came from, his family had been working in Iran. There were always pictures of sailing boats in rough seas, and I'm inferring from that a big part of his life was going out on these big adventure. David became the president of the Beaufort Hospital in South Carolina. He didn't graduate from the Villa. 10 years ago, I was with 2 of my 4 children, and he said he was from Beaufort. And I said, oh, I know one person in Beaufort. He used the president of the Beaufort Hospital. And she said to me, David Brown. And I said, yeah. She said, my best friend is David Brown's daughter.
He and I, and some other students, we ended up at a Led Zeppelin concert.
Wow!
In Manchester, at the casino there. And there were Montesano girls there.
Oh, yeah.
That arrived on a bus. And after the concert, Matthew, Matt, and I, we snuck on the bus with
A romantic. And he had a heart that would break at very small things. He was a very, very, very sensitive young man. And we all admired him more than probably anybody else in our class because of he just felt so deeply.
We all knew John Candido. Yes. He was a good guy.
We were all in our coats and ties, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
At a Rolling Stones concert. The minute the lights went down, Andre yanked off his tie and was over the top of the edge down to the mosh pit.
Well, look, we all knew Magic Gatsby. He had a father who lived in Tehran, but his mother lived in London.
He went to the London School of Economics afterwards.
We loved him dearly. He passed away in Peru a number of years ago.
During that conversation, he told me that he had married a Italian model.
Maggie had about 4 years worth of Playboy centerfolds.
Mr. Thomas Patrick Dunleavy Jr. Brother James L. Fassett. Reverend John Gorman.
Oh, he died in a hiking accident.
Brother Frank Clapp. Brother Wilfred Patrick Moran.
I didn't go to the villa without Brother Moran just doing his snow job on my mom.
Terry O'Connor, Brother Terry O'Connor. We all remember him well. Reverend Richard Vincent O'Shaughnessy.
He was the one that allowed Brian to be the altar boy all the time.
Me, along with Steve, we got to finish the wine after Mass.
But we used to have this movie appreciation. You all remember that?
Yes.
We went to the movies. So Father O'Shaughnessy always had one question about the sex scene in the movie. And he was always like, it was something like, oh, it was gratuitous. It was some comment unnecessary or whatever. And now when I go to movies, the whole thing's unnecessary.
Dave Paul basically had a huge heart and a strong right foot. So he would love you to death, but if you needed a kick in the butt, he would do it. And he did that to my brother, and he turned my brother around.
And now, let's take a moment for a toast to the brotherhood that we enjoy.
Where are you headed, TK?
I'm going to Zermatt, all by myself.
We'll miss you. Thanks again. Great to see you.
Yeah, likewise. So long, fellas.
All right, bye-bye.
Hey, see you, Charlie.
Where y'all are going?
Church.
There you go. It's on record.
Church.
There you go. Next. They still got it, you know.
I went up above our rooms, we had an attic. One day I was going up to put my bass guitar there, and I'm looking out the window from the attic, and there was this girl in this building here that was naked every night.
I'm here with Ken George and Alonda Sacasa doing a tour of Gallia, which actually looks very, very nice. We will recognize this, of course. We went to the building. Remember having history class in the corner here with Brother Vincent, and French with Brother O'Connor over here, French 3, which was very difficult for me. Heading out the door, Alonda was taking a picture here. They've done a very nice job. I look left again, we see Gallia, which means this building on the left here was where Bosway was. We had a room facing this way. We'd overlook this street here, and this is where we entered the villa right here. And I'm going to go around Orlando, and Ken George is the pavilion, which has survived, which we're very happy to see.
Remember the night we had a dinner with Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes.
We had dinner with them?
No,
You
we
didn't
were
have
sitting,
dinner with them.
and he was sitting next to us,
Yeah.
and he was alone waiting for his guests.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Why don't you guys come over and drink with us?"
Yeah.
And then his guests kept the
who has always been accused of being immature, it gives me great pleasure to be the senior member of this august group. I want to offer a toast for one and all for a wonderful weekend. And thank you all very much for your kindness and fellowship.
Who can name his laundry number?
Let's cheat.
The other thing, how many people here thought movie night was the best thing?
I did. I loved it. How many people here saw the Rolling Stones and saw Mick Jagger throw a bouquet of roses into the audience? And what song was he singing when he did that?
The class of '69, 1 year, the brothers brought us 2 American juniors who were from St. Mary's, Notre Dame, Indiana, to speak to us about being gentlemen and what college co-eds liked in young men, blah, blah, blah. And it was good. No, it was good experience. Any other class have that?
No.
We must have needed it. All right, Anson Dorrance told me a story. Anson Dorrance, we know, is the winningest coach in NCAA history, any sport, at And the players came back to Anson after the scrimmage and they said, Anson, we've nicknamed her Nails. Good at it. Still will. Still at it. Yeah.
So last night was to remember those who've gone before, and tonight was about Anson Dorrance.
Who's still with us?
First, he was the drummer for the Leaves of Mercy.
This is the best because we bracketed the beginning with Mark and Larry from the first class in September of 1962, which my brother was there as well, he couldn't attend tonight. And then we have the closing act.
The children.
Yeah. You guys dressed up for the occasion, thank you. So this is just, to me, so cool. We finally got everybody in the span of the American Cycle of the School in one room. I want to just thank all of you guys. I want to hug you figuratively.
I'm going to segue right now. You guys have all revealed your soccer jerseys.
They've never been washed.
And I want to make it clear that this has become a sore issue.
All we can say is, get over it.
What? Okay, again, say it again. 1, 2, 3. De toute son âme. Woohoo!